Shout out to everybody in the building. All right, so tonight we got two different topics. It's up to y'all, whatever y'all want to talk about. Oh shit, how do I look? Hold on one second. All right, I'm all right. All right, so first things first, man. Rest in peace to King Von. Rest in peace to King Von. Rest in peace, brother. So today we're gonna be DJ Quest Coast in the building. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk. We have two topics on the table. We talk politics all the time, so we can continue to do politics. But right now, the homie called me. He was like, "Yo, what's up with all the young rappers dying?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, rappers been peace of the God. Rappers die all the time. Like, no disrespect, but right now, like, how many rappers have been on the precipice, just right on the edge of like superstardom, and then get gunned down?" Okay, XXXTentacion, Pop Smoke, like that nigga was right on the edge. King Von, like, what's going on? Like, is it a conspiracy? Like, cause it was a lot of talk about, you know what I'm saying? Oh, so I'm sorry guys. I'm Ali Salaam. This is CiRC7E Media. This is the Affairs of Men. We're a talk show here on Caffeine. If you want to call in, that phone number is wide open. 424-261-3107. 424-261-3107. When this show is over, you can find this content on CiRC7E Media on the YouTube page. All right? 424-261-3107. The phone lines are wide open. All right, so guys, thank you for the follow, Lisa. I appreciate that. All right, first of all, I need to know where y'all from. If you can't put it in the comments, let me see where my people's at. Where y'all at? Where y'all at, man? Baltimore, the Moors, Baltimore's. That's right. Be more, man. Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn in the building. It's like 11:30 over there. So y'all getting ready, you know what I mean? Y'all smoking your weed. Vegas in the building. Inglewood in the building. That's right. Memphis. Oh, okay, good. Memphis. That's what's up. All right, cool. That's what's up. All right, man, we got a lot of people in here. So give thanks. All right, so 424-261-3107. You can go ahead and call in. All right, so I'm thinking like this. You guys tell me, why are the young rappers dying? Oh, we already got a missed phone call. Let me take this phone call. What's your name and where you from, brother?
Inglewood, California.
Quest Coast. What's up, brother?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. How you doing?
All right, man, talk to me.
Man, it's rough dealing with all of these young brothers leaving us so abruptly, right on their on the brink of their come up, and then they just, it's just over, just like that. And we realized that these people had a crazy catalog, and they've been working. And, it's interesting because, some of these young brothers, man, like, you look at the body of work and all of the stuff all of the jewels that Nip left behind, right?
Right.
The brother was working so hard, man, right, and doing so much that he got a body of work that beat cats that been around for years.
Man.
In a way that's like influential, drop nuggets on people, was given to the community, but that's not always the story of all of these young brothers. Sometimes, they caught up in the wrong shit and wrong place, wrong time. You make the wrong move, and these mistakes are costly, and so I think we gotta be a lot more smart, man, in the way of not keeping our guard down, and so I just look at it as like, these are all different accounts. I wouldn't call it a conspiracy because I don't think there's an underlying thread in like the community work or like if people are trying to save they race or it's. I don't see it being an underlying thread there. I see the underlying thread being these are young rappers that are on the come up and have things and in hip hop we got this braggadocious lifestyle.
That's right.
And we compare it to like, well, you know, we were royalty, so we like nice things, and so it's natural for us to like chains and yeah, all that's cool, but we got to realize in the world that we live in, there's haves and have-nots. So if
you know what I was just thinking? I'm listening to you. You know what I was just thinking? I'm like, okay, the 3 young brothers that got shot. Because Nipsey, he was, all right, if we take Nipsey out, XXX and Tashun, was he shot in his own hood?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the stoplight. Niggas tried to rob him.
Yeah, because he had thousands, right? Much love, thank you. He had thousands shopping, right? But then King Von is from Chicago, and everybody said he's a quote unquote real nigga from Chicago, right? And he got gunned down in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
And then Pop Smoke got shot in L.A. You know.
Yeah. Going into these big markets where a lot of their fan base are. You know what I'm saying? LA and Atlanta these are places where you wanna, if you an artist from anywhere you wanna be on in Atlanta. You wanna be on in LA.
That's a fact.
That's where you wanna be.
You know what I was thinking? So here's the thing. When you made it to the level of 50 Cent, you can isolate yourself because you have enough money for security, for professional details, right? Off-duty police officers, right? And then you can live out in the hills when you're at Snoop Dogg's level. But when you're like literally like at a Pop Smoke level or a King Von level, you're mad accessible, right? Like to the wolves.
Yeah. I always thought there was no way, just looking at the video, that just based on who our brother was and all of the work that he had been putting in, there was no way that a guy was supposed to get that close to Nick.
Oh my God!
In the fashion that he did, you know, and that was a breakdown in our systems. You know,
that's right.
Systems are supposed to.
That's right.
Itself,
hey, we got we got
energy and money, right?
But we got to be honest, man. Nipsey, he was a little. I'll say that as a question rather than a. All right, was Nipsey a little? Was Nipsey a little too lackadaisical? Like, I'm in my own hood. You feel me? I'm good. I'm from '60s. You feel me? Did he let his guard down? What I'm trying to say.
I won't use the term lackadaisical. I'll say that he let his guard down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and the most painful part about that time is that the rap song, him and Roddy Ricch record Rap had just dropped, and he had a crazy line where he said, "Never will you ever catch me slipping."
That's what he said. That's what he said.
And that shit hurt me because that's what everybody was slipping.
Wasn't that shit eerie? That shit was eerie, bro.
Everybody was slipping, guard down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can't beat a horse. You can't kick nobody when they down. So, with respect to all of those brothers, man, it shit happens. You know, but that's the mode that we're talking about, creating that separation between, like, as you rolling up into because there's haves and have-nots, and so as you rising in the street, there's a separation between, you know, the levels that you grow of classes, and because, you know, shit, Tupac said it the best. Nigga ain't got nothing. The first day he see you walking by, he gonna ask you nicely. The next day he gonna ask you again. The next day, the way that the nigga acts start changing. You know, so and it's tough to see a nigga from your neighborhood who went through the same struggles. You might have grew up with him, whatever the case. A lot of us, man. I was watching brother Ben X on live with another brother yesterday, and we have such feelings of emotional attachments to, like, when niggas get up and what they supposed to do, and what they and how, because we all are playing the game of capitalism, and no matter how conscious this most people be looking. I don't think a lot of people are in the business of trying to topple capitalism. And so if we're not in that business, and that's not what we're trying to do, then that means that there are winners and there are losers. How people deal with their mental state when they lose is, that's up for grabs. That's kind of like, is the nigga wrong or right?
And so just for clarity, like I know this brother on the phone, and I know has interest. He's been in the music industry, and we have to admit too, like in the music industry, it's a fine line between like being like hood, being a street nigga, and being a rapper, right? Like it's that fine line, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like sometimes it comes back to bite you, you know what I'm saying?
It does, Quite frankly, hip hop, especially in Los Angeles, but hip hop, in a lot of places, became it's a young man sport, and it's a real street sport. You go back deep back into the old days of Russell Simmons making his first come ups, and you got real street niggas that's really pulling the strings and giving people the air to kind of blow up and create that type of because the players were used to tell people, the players and the people in the back, they used to tell the rappers what to do. The rappers wasn't even that they wasn't the street niggas. The street niggas would tell the rappers what to do. Now the rappers tell the streets what to do.
That's right.
And that get kind of tricky when you start to think about like what that actually looks like in art imitating life and life imitating art, and what all that kind of plays out to be, because it's hard to tell a person how to make art. You can't tell a person what's art and how to express themselves and
so
what's good and what's not.
Let me ask you this question. Excuse me, brother. So, like, obviously, you have a lot of influence with the music industry. What if you were talking to a young rapper right now? That's, you know what I mean? Like, hypothetically, like a Blood from LA or something. Like, what advice would you give the young brother, man? So they won't end up like a King Von or a Pop Smoke.
Well, I think they got to take themselves serious, man. I think they got to take themselves a lot more serious and realize that, we have this kind of like, I don't give a fuck mentality, but I think we really need to give a fuck.
Right.
Really need to care,
Right. That's
we really need to look at ourselves as, and then we also got to look at the long game. You got to ask yourself, artist, what game are you playing? Are you in for the long haul? Or are you trying to get in and sell really fast and flip and then go to something like, because there's always an exit strategy with real good investors, right?
Yeah.
And any good investment or business opportunity, when you start, you're already looking at your exit plan. So my question is for the rappers, like, how much are you looking at this as? I know we're looking at it from a business, we're gonna make money, but like, how are you looking at it as a business versus, because there's a difference between rapping, the music industry and the business, and the streets and the shit that we talk about.
Exactly.
So really understand how to decipher between the two and being able to like see yourself in it. Because when you're in it, it's hard. I've been in it. And when you take a moment to breathe and you look back, you're like, damn, man, it's been 5 years, or damn, it's been such a thing. And you don't get a chance to really look at yourself and see yourself in that moment and realize that you are actually the brand as well. And what are you doing to protect your brand, and what's your long-term play? Because what you got to realize is that you're in the intellectual property game. And so owning your masters is a thing, and controlling your narrative, and being able to have creative control over your own image and likeness, because that's the game. We're in the intellectual property game, and that's the game that your intellectual property lives forever. So does your business plan attach to something that's forever?
So basically what you're saying is a lot of our brothers is short term. They're thinking short term. It's not really a long term game.
Yeah. I would encourage us to look at it from a long-term play. I mean, dominant culture, other races that are playing the game around us, they have 100-year plans.
That's right.
You know?
Man, thanks for the phone call, brother. I appreciate it, man. I really do.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me, bro. It's a pleasure and honor, man. I'm going to keep listening.
All right, for sure, question. Yo, it's interesting that he said about a long-term plan. All right, do you guys know who Boyce Watkins is? Boyce Watkins? I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. Well, first of all, everybody good? Okay, just let me reset. I'm Ali Salaam. This is the Affairs of Men. We got a lot of new people here. That brother that just called, he called that number right down there. 424-261-3107. Now that you're here, you should give me a follow, right? Like, come on. This is the best show on caffeine. From what I'm told. So now that I got you here, okay, what I do is we do live call-in shows just about every day, especially after rap battle events. There will be a rap battle event on Friday. We'll be doing the Watch the Throne 4 after party here, so you can call in and be heard. Okay, shout out to Breezy, shout out to Reese. Thank you, Quest, for the follow. Shout out to King D. Shout out to Trosadamus. Shout out to Fiji 2020. Shout out to Blue Simvelli. Shout out to Little Ed 3. Shout out to UCLA. Shout out to Nash Redden. I see all you guys in the building right now. All right. So, we good. Everybody good? Y'all good out there? Talk to me. Let me know. All right. So, I'm going to piggyback or I'm going to camelback. All right, good. Blue Simvelli, he there. All right, let me camelback because, you know what I'm saying, as Muslims, like, we don't eat pork, so there ain't no piggybacking. We camelback. That's how we ran this shit. All right, shout out to Fiji. All right. Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins he was a professor. He's a black man a so-called black man who is a professor of economics. And he was working at like I don't know, like Temple or like some school. He was working at some school doing finance. And then he got into it with Fox News. And then so they ran him out of like TV. So he was like, yo, I want to create my own like platform. So he has Black Business School. I found him on Breakfast Club. All right, so Boyce Watkins, he taught a class. And like me, I was trying to get my money together or whatever. So I took the Black Business class. In that class, he taught us a strategy that Brother Quest was just talking about. Long-term play. In the class, we have to write, a 100-year business plan. 100 years, right? He said because like in like all the Chinese students, when they're in China, they do a 500-year plan. Now that's how you really play. That's playing chess out in this motherfucker. That like real shit. So like he is right. You got to make a long-term plan because that's the only way that our people we really gonna make it. All right. So we're talking about the rappers King Von, Pop Smoke, and we're talking about Donald Trump. And so we're going whatever way. Somebody asked a question. They said, what's going on with Donald Trump? All right, so this is what's happening. As you know, Don Trump lost the election, okay? Matter of fact, he's losing. They're still counting the votes right now. But he's already down way more than he beat Hillary Clinton by, okay? So, thank you for the follow. Shout out to Jimmy Ortega. Shout out to Josh. Thank you for the follow. So he's down, right? But remember, he's acting like a baby. He's pouting. He's like this, right? And so the Republicans are all feeding in their. Okay, so basically Trump said, "I'm not leaving," and literally, like he said, "Anybody on my staff start looking for another job, I'm gonna fire you." So all the young people, it's like the administration is over. They're trying to get jobs with the next administration. They're trying to move on. He said he's going to fire him. So right now, the big spiel is he's not conceding. So right now, Joe Biden, he won, and him and his crew, they trying to, you know what I mean? They trying to get all the plans together. They trying to understand, you feel me, like, what's next. They trying to get the presidential briefing, and Donald Trump will not let his team get any of that information. Thank you for the follow. So that's what's happening with Donald Trump. He's not conceding. He's literally like, I'm not gonna help you niggas like get this like so the big deal in politics right now is Donald Trump like what is this nigga trying to do, a coup? It looks like it's a coup. It literally looks as if Donald Trump is not trying to let go of the office. So that's the big talk in politics. Are the Democrats being pussies? Like, what are the Democrats doing? Y'all niggas won the election. What are you going to do to get these guys out of office? So I'm just letting you guys know that. All right, so we're talking about politics, and we're talking about the young brother King Von. See, I never heard of King Von. God's honest truth. Hold on one second. God's honest truth, I never heard of King Von. What's interesting is maybe like the day I found out he died, the day before, thank you for the follow, I saw a video of a rapper doing a storytelling rap, and it just so happened to be King Von. So it's like it was ironic that the day before he passed, I came across this video. Thank you for the follow. I came across this video and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think he was like the best like lyrical rapper. I like lyrical rappers. I didn't think he was the best lyrical rapper, but I did like his energy. And I thought and I don't think too many young rappers tell stories, and he was telling a story, which was really pretty fly. So the phone number is wide open. Why are young rappers dying like before? Like, I'm talking about like right when they're about to take off. Like, King Von dies now, like everybody bumping King Von, right? Like Pop Smoke died, like basically what I'm trying to say is they died before they, like, you know, like when the sun rises in the morning and then like before you see the sun, shit starts to get light out and the birds is chirping and UV rays is coming. Like, you don't see the sun, but you feel it. You feel me? Like, it feel like 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it seemed like these brothers is, that they're dying before they're in the sky. They're dying before their sun illuminates. And what's happening? Like, what's happening? This is clearly an issue. It's an issue. Okay? I'm thinking of, tell me, what do you guys think? Pop Smoke, XXXTentacion. It's mad rappers. And, you know, especially they're dying out of town. Like before, remember Little Bootsy? Remember Little Bootsy said rappers die in their own community? Now it's seeming like they're dying out of their community, and it's definitely an issue.